Well, welcome. Happy Monday if you're watching this the day it goes out. We are trying some new makeup today, and there are some things here that I'm so excited to try. I can't even tell you. So let's get into it. I will link everything down below. If I have a discount code for where you can get them, I'll include that too. I don't, unfortunately, for everything, but that's live. Hey, we have some new eyeshadow, we have some new lip products, some powder, some skin prep, and a foundation. So let's do it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Head over to my Instagram, RobertWLSH, and my TikTok for some more content. Yes, let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna start with this from Pixi. Pixi is a brand that I have not used in a very, very long time. You know, their like exfoliating toner was like a classic. It's a classic. They have some great products. So when they reached out to me on this other platform, Shop My Shelf, I was like, would you like to receive some products? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Then when I saw it was Hello Kitty, I was like, you could not send me enough. I love Sanrio. So this was a really cute addition. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do just believe it is the packaging that is for limited edition. This is a hydrating milky mist, Hello Kitty edition. So I'm just gonna give my skin, I'm actually gonna kind of drench my skin in this. I'm feeling a little dehydrated today. I'm just gonna let that sink in. I would usually like fan my face dry with an actual fan, but I feel like I need to leave this on a little bit and let it do its thing. It smells really good. It's not overly fragranced to a point where you'd be like, oh, perfume, but it does have a very small fragrance to it. Let me see if I can find out what that is. It doesn't say, but that's fine. Very nice, very nice. With some hydrating mists or skin prep mists, I consider my skin to be sensitive. Not like crazy sensitive, like I can use like AHAs and stuff like that, and I might sting a little bit around my nose. So when I'm trying a new product, I can get a little bit stingy, but this does not sting at all. I'm trying to figure out what the fragrance is, and I can't, because it's not overwhelming. Like I can't smell it now, but it's very nice. It's very light and not floral. It's very clean and fresh. That's beautiful. That's nice. Look at my skin. Listen, full disclosure, I did an ad for it recently. The Yepada Skin Jet Effect, my skin has not been the same since I started using it. Like it's in a good way. It's been like a few months now, but my skin just takes to skincare so well and products so well. Like my skin has vastly improved. But that's not part of this video, but look it up. I do also have the makeup fixing mist from them, so we'll use this a little bit later, but just so you know, that is coming up too. And Pixi do actually have a whole Hello Kitty range at the moment. I think I have a lot of this. I think I have quite a few bits from this. Oh, and I think it says last chance final sale, so grab it while you can, if you want to. If you like it, you might be like, oh, that looks shit. Okay, let's start with eyes. So I already have my eye primer on. I've done my eyebrows. I have this, which I've been meaning to show off for ages. I purchased this as soon as I could. I believe I purchased it from Olive Young. This is from one of my favorite Korean beauty brands. This is from a brand called Risky. They make the most incredible lip products, which I do have a few off, but I did want to try different brands lip products today. This is such a cute palette. It's very much, oh, and you have to see the little bits that come in. Isn't that cute? I just love the packaging. They are very much like, I think people bunch KBeauty into these categories where it's like, oh, it's only all natural, it's only subtle and all this kind of stuff. Whereas Risky, they do really bold colors. If you are leaning towards more gothic edge, if you like something a little bit more different, Risky is a really beautiful KBeauty brand to go for. So this is their eyeshadow palette. This is the Cosmic Love palette. Oh my God, sorry, I just saw something on their website. I need to order this right now. So I have all their lip products. I have every single one. They've just launched this incredible holder for it, like a keychain holder for the lips. It looks so cool, and I just want it. I do not need it. We don't need any makeup, but I do want it. I love how this brand do their branding and do all their, like, you know, showing their products. Like even in this image, you can see they've taken these, what can be considered like quite light shades, and made it into something like truly unique just by positioning. So let's do something, itchy neck. I really want to take, I'm not a yellowy person, so I want to take this. Do I take a yellow? Is that just going to show up kind of white on me? I think it's just going to show up kind of white. Let's do this bluey, icy shade here. Just start on the inside here. This does seem a little bit more crumbly in comparison to their usual formula. I think because it is like shimmery. See if you can build it up and get like quite a strong, yeah, you can. That's nice, that's cute. So they can be a little bit pricey. I believe this eyeshadow palette is about $34 for 8 shades, which is quite pricey, but these are a bit more of a higher end brand in terms of their formulation, their packaging. I think it's worth the money. Can you get eyeshadow palettes that are fuller? Yes. And, you know, probably have very similar shades for less? Yes, you can. But I do love this formula. Especially with eyeshadow, I'm very much like, I feel like that's not really where you need to spend loads of money, because I feel like a lot of brands make good eyeshadow. I always say, if you're a brand and you make crappy eyeshadows, what are you doing? Because so many brands make incredible eyeshadows. So there really is kind of no excuse to be making terrible shadows right now. I'm actually taking the first shade in the palette. And it's not too dissimilar from the shade in the inside. It's almost like it's more of a flat version. So this is more like a shimmer. It's a bit more bitty in terms of how it comes out, whereas this is the shade almost as a shade, if that makes sense. That was a terrible explanation. I feel like Hilary Duff on the red carpet for like Disney Channel Awards in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much that kind of vibe from this palette, which I do like. I like that kind of thing is coming back. I think it was a really cool thing, a period of time. I'm just gonna go for the darker shade in the palette. I like that it's coming back with people's makeup skills, that they have like really good makeup skills and they can do really interesting things with the shades. You know, that back in the day, it was just kind of like a wash of color on the lid and that was it. This is kind of like, it's like a matte, but also at the same time, it does have the tiniest amount of reflects to it. As I said, I've had this collection sitting around for a very long time. There's been so much stuff I wanted to share with everyone, but I didn't want to like bombard with new products. That's why I've kind of started doing these trying new products videos, although I know not a lot of people watch them and not a lot of people are always in the market for new makeup, like it's the least of our worries right now. I personally find playing with makeup peaceful, sets my mind at ease, it takes my mind away from everything, even just for a few minutes, you know? I think it's nice to have a creative outlet. I think that's why a lot of people, just going off on a tangent now, I think that's why a lot of people do social media now. Even if they don't necessarily want to be an influencer, I don't really have anything, you know, interesting to share a lot of the time. They just want to like do something, have something to do. And I think sometimes just getting on the internet and talking to TikTok or Instagram in a reel can be peaceful for some people. Okay, I'm actually going to work on a bit of concealer because most of the detail I want to do involves me going around the whole eye. I'm just going to go in with my Tier concealer. Wrong side. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh, it's so sore. Gonna put makeup on it anyway. No, I shouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna take that darker brown and go right under the eye and really kind of blend that out. I'm not interested in being too hidey today. I'm literally gonna take a bigger brush in that kind of mid-tony brown. Just go around the whole eye. And then I am actually gonna take that yellow shade and give myself a little brush on the inside here. Also a bit under the eye here too. Now my one issue with this palette is that there's nothing, I need like a defining color, so I need like a black. So I am just going to take a little bit of black and just tap that into the outside corners here. And I've gone for a black that isn't pitch black, it's almost like this grayish black. Just adding a little bit of detail to the outside corners too, because it's nice to have all these shades around, but we also want some structure. Cute. We'll finish that up in a little bit. Let's get on with the skin. Okay, now I waited a while to try this because this is from Sculpted by Aimee. This is their cream cushion foundation in the shade 2.75N. This might be the wrong shade for me. We'll see. It might be a little bit too dark now. They did reach out and ask if I wanted to try it and they were going to send it to me. So I was waiting to receive it and I never did. But James did, my twin brother did, who does not do makeup. So I was like, just so you're aware, I hope you don't think that I'm not talking about your product, because I never actually got sent it. And James just opened it and tried it. And I was like, you know what? This isn't sharesies, I'll just buy it myself. So I did. It's one of those mesh cushions, which I really like. One of my favorite cushion foundations is a mesh cushion from the brand Romand. And it's really stunning. The mesh just helps the delivery be a little bit more filtered, a little bit more, not as impactful. Sometimes you can pick up product on a cushion foundation from a sponge cushion. And it can be, and you can pick up quite a lot, and then you have to rub it on the thing here and then go back in like this. And the mesh kind of just helps with that a little bit more. It's a little bit bouncier. You don't have to push hard. You don't have to push down too much to get any product out. Now, I'm a big fan of their foundations. I absolutely love their foundation and their concealer. I don't think I've tried anything from them that I haven't liked. So this is a cream cushion foundation. It says, our next gen foundation that delivers customizable coverage with a boost of skincare powered by longwear polymers, niacinamide, and glycerin. It hydrates, smooths, and supports your skin from AM to after hours. So every top up feels fresh, never heavy. And I think they're kind of selling this online as this puff is like the touch up method of doing the foundation, because there is a tutorial on there of Aimee, who's the founder, using a brush to do it. But I love the way this goes on with the sponge in the cushion. I think with cushion foundations, they're often formulated in mind, especially in Korea, with this application in mind. And one thing about these cushions that a lot of people may not know is the flat ones that you find in most cushion foundations, KBeauty foundations, don't absorb inwards as much as they do push out. So a lot of people get concerned about the hygiene of this, for example. You just put a sponge up there. But what you'll find is with these sponges, because they're not sucking in and pushing out, it's literally laying on top of a sponge, they're easier to clean and they don't harbor as much bacteria, but also preservatives. That's why we like preservatives. And one thing I do have to say about this, oh my God, look at that. Look at this. There's one thing I have to say about cushion foundations is a lot of brands try to replicate them. You know, because they are so popular, and not a lot of brands are very good at doing that. This reminds me exactly like some of the best KBeauty cushion foundations I own. It is a stunning, stunning finish. Look at that. And then we can powder it in the areas we want to. I think that is really beautiful. I think they've done an incredible job. Okay, so talking about powder, Melt sent over some of their translucent loose setting powder. But I tried their new blur cream in last week's video. About PR that I was given, and you know, would I buy it if I wasn't sent it? Oh, it is new. So this is a Barely Blushing Setting Powder. This is the pink one, and they do also have Barely Alive, which is really nice. I think this is a one that they had in their Universal Monsters collaboration, which I really liked. I think the pink might be the new shade. So we'll give that a go. They sent over these, which thank you, because I need a lot of these applicators. It has a clear lid and all this beautiful writing around the edge here. It has one of these little stickies. I hate that they're always so like bit by bit. I'm just gonna put this lid back on and I'm just gonna give it a little tap to get some of the powder out. Okay, so we're not baking with this. I'm taking it on the puff here, back of the hand, and I'll give it a little go under the eye here. Down the sides of my nose, because this is where I get quite oily, even though I'm also extremely dehydrated there. Okay, so that's a tiny bit of a powder. Very nice, very matte. And I will do a little bit more on the other side, just for those of you who prefer a little bit more powder. If you are using a lighter powder than your skin, like this, do remember to take it all the way up this way, because you could be shortening the length of your face there if you stop like here, for example. So make sure you just take it all the way to the hairline, maybe the middle of the forehead with what's left on the puff, because I don't really want to lose that glow. That, oh, it's gone. It's here, that glow from that beautiful foundation. Let me just do powder this side. Very nice, very smooth. You know what? A lot of these powders that are like smoothing, blurring, you know, like these baking powders, look like powder on the skin. They look cakey, they look dense and thick, whereas this looks very much, sorry, let me just fix this. Oh, it's the wrong eye. Oh, mirrors. Whereas this looks smooth, it looks nice and soft, but at the same time, you can also still see my skin. Does that make sense? A lot of these heavy powders are like, yeah, let's just get powder on, let's just cake it on. Okay, I'm gonna do lashes and I wanna finish everything off with a setting spray, but last thing we're trying today, and I'm so excited. You know my love, my obsession, and I know influencers say that a lot. I'm obsessed, but I'm obsessed. This brand could say to me, Robert, we need you to change your name to the name of this brand, and I'll be like, yes, I'll do it for you. We have come out with something new. This is the foolproof long-lasting lip combo, and it's this double-sided smudge-proof multi-lipstick and a liner for lip and cheeks. We're going to try it on a lip stain. One side is a pencil, the other side is a lip color, and they've teamed it up with their Cola lip glosses, which are some of the most beautiful glosses ever. This is in collaboration here with Monica. You probably know Monica from YouTube even, Instagram, and she has come up with these beautiful deeper shades with the brand. So we have Pretty and Savage and Chocolate and Box, which is, I guess, is the 2 shades on either side. So this is what they sent me. I just love them so much. I just love them. So you have the 2 cola things here, and then you have all the shades. So these are the 2 shades here that Monica has come up with. She does some great stuff for people with deeper skin. She actually just helped the brand Espoir, Korean brand, add some olive tones to their foundation range, which is great for a cushion compact. Yes, so we have this draws my eye, this draws my eye, this draws my eye, this draws my eye, these draw my eye. I love them all. I might do a reel over on Instagram swatching every single one of them, so go over there and check it out. Today, I want to try this one. So the pencil is called Spill, and then the lipstick side is called Tea. Let's blank out the lip a little bit first, my lip primer. I'm not gonna use as much, because from what I've seen, it's a little bit of a sheerer product. Now, if I use too much lip primer, it kind of just turns white. We don't want the white lips. We still want to be able to see the true color. Start with the liner first. That is incredibly precise and very smooth. I barely touched down and it was gliding on. That's beautiful. The shade in this side. What I'm really enjoying about this is the thickness of the actual product itself. Pencils are really great, obviously, to get a solid line, but there's something about having it wider that's making for a smoother application, perhaps because your fingers aren't so close together and you don't have to be so fluid with your movements. This allows for, you know, not so specific application. It feels a lot more comfortable, a lot more easier to use than a normal lip liner. Okay, and let's go in with a lipstick shade. There's a very subtle fragrance to them. It's slightly chocolatey, which I'm not usually a fan of. But it's not overpowering, so it's absolutely fine. It's not too much. That is stunning. I want to try something. I want to take the deeper one. This is Savage, Pretty Savage. This is one in Monica's shade, and I want to take the lipstick side, and I want to just do it in the middle. Very subtle mix. Beautiful, beautiful color. Deep purples like that isn't something I would wear. That's a lie. Of course I wear that. Look how beautiful. I'm gonna go for Dirty Cola in a voluming gloss. That's so beautiful. That is such a beautiful mixture. But you can definitely feel the product on your lip like a lipstick, but it's not dry, it's not heavy, it's not tight. It is a really, really stunning, stunning product. That is so beautiful. Fwee can never disappoint me. I just think they're incredible. Am I slightly biased? Sure. Love it. Love it. Okay, let me get some lashes on, fix up my skin, and we'll summarize a little bit. Summarize, why did I say it like that? Okay, lashes are on. I applied some powder blush. I used the one from Ilia. I just filmed a reel with it to answer someone's question on how to apply powder blush. I was gonna finish up with the makeup fixing mist from Pixi, rose water and green tea. Oh, maybe this is like a white tea fragrance. I think that's what it is. I think I made that up. Okay, let's just smell. Okay, that's quite heavily rosy. I'm gonna need that spray to be as nice as this spray. Can you hear the difference? 1 second. So the mist is like, and then the fixer is like, can you hear that? I think the delivery system on the fixer needs to be a bit more gentle. Maybe I just have a dud one, but it's almost spitty. And we don't want spitty because that can give us patches on, what's that there? That can give us patches on our foundation. But yes, that is a full face of newer products. Everything was great. We don't really have a dud apart from that minor fix. But I think it's given the foundation a nice finish. Even though foundation was pretty glowy before, I don't think I needed this. I don't think I needed that on top, to be honest with you, but it looks nice. What do you think? All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. If there's anything you would like me to try, please let me know down below and I can try it on here, on Instagram, wherever. Please do subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very, very soon.